Fellow Toastmasters. I am the table topic master. My name is Preston. Today the theme is acting, and I will ask Sharon to be our table topics timer.
Okay.
I will read questions, and everyone here will be given 1 to 2 minutes to respond.
Excellent.
I have done the gym on Valentine's Day, and it's fantastic, actually, because no one's there. All of the New Year's resolution people have long since died out, and everything is wide open. It's perfect. So, with that said,
Can I give the timing parameters?
yes.
Okay. For table topics, each speaker will, like you said, have 1 to 2 minutes to respond. I will show the green at 1 minute, means you have 1 minute remaining. I will show the yellow at 1.5 minutes, which means you have 30 seconds remaining. And I will show red at 2 minutes, which means you have approximately 30 seconds to qualify.
Thank you, Sharon.
Welcome.
So, sticking with Valentine's Day then, first question is, it's Valentine's Day, and you haven't prepared anything for your significant other. You gotta look like you planned something and that it's not last minute. Brian, what do you do?
It's February 14th. How did I forget? Today is Valentine's Day. I was only going to go to the gym today. But now she's texting, she's excited. What am I going to do? All the restaurants are already booked. All the roses are twice as expensive. I have to trust my gut and go where I know it's reliable, where I know that we can get a hearty meal and have a great time talking about, our love life. I have to go. We have to go. I have to take her to In-N-Out. We'll probably get some double doubles. We'll cut them in half. And probably some strawberry shakes because they're pink and they're in theme with the Valentine's Day hearts. And we'll discuss our future together as we go through more dates and hopefully fancier than In-N-Out. But that is how I would do it. That's
Oh, yeah, you had to keep going?
He was at 128.
Oh, close. No, that's good.
Good job, man.
Thank
I don't know
Brian.
how to finish that.
Home cooked meals always go a long way. But In-N-Out's always a good choice.
Especially when they cut in half, right, Brian?
Oh, yeah. Do you feed each other?
No, that's what it was.
I love it.
So,
Cut it, pork and
show of hands, has anybody seen the movie Split yet? My man. So, for those of you who don't know, there's a movie called Split Out. It's fantastic and terrifying. I had nightmares that night. It's in that movie, James McAvoy from Wanted, for all you guys, Atonement for all the ladies.
Yes.
He plays 24 different characters, all in the same guy. So what that makes me think about is masks. We all wear masks at work, whether it's in our situation with our boss or with our coworkers. MJ, what kind of mask do you use at work and your personal life?
You guys are probably looking forward to a very entertaining response about how here at work I'm very professional and I'm well spoken, and you see me walk down the hall and you're like, man, I want to be like her. I know, you won't think it. You see me at the cafeteria, walking by in my nice shoes. I keep them stored at my desk, change them out when I go on my functional strategical path walks around the building. And then I hang up my hat for the day and go home. I call my girlfriends because none of the guys are calling us. So we arrange a night of debauchery, right? And then we go out and we have our ulterior personalities. We have nicknames for these women who we don't act like when we're at work. Sorry to disappoint, that's not me. I'm pretty consistent. I am who I am here, who I am outside. I do not take on a sardonic personality. I keep it very PC around the clock. I actually go home, read a book, maybe go to church and do some volunteer work. But then sometimes I dream that maybe I do have that edgy personality. I don't know. Or am I that person? Mr. Pupil?
By the way, if you need a Valentine's Day movie, that's a great one to go see.
Future maybe. 24 of me.
So, it's February, and one other thing, other than it being Black History Month, and Valentine's Month, and President's Day, I believe, it's also the Oscars. The Oscars will be given out at the end of the year. Does everyone know who's nominated?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. MJ, I'm kidding. Alyssa, who deserves to be the best actress this year?
Melania.
It's Oscar season, so I don't pay attention to that at all. As far as actress that should be nominated, I can't recall a single movie that's really stood out to me last year, or I don't even know what the parameters are. When's the voting start and end? So I'm gonna go with I really like Suicide Squad this year, and the Puddin character I thought was hilarious. So I don't even know her name as an actress, but if I had to pick anybody, it'd probably be her because she's just such a fun character. She's exciting, and then she's all heartbroken, and she went through all these emotions throughout the movie, and I feel like sometimes I can relate to all those emotions, I start my day and it seems good, and then 5 minutes later it's well, what the hell happened? And then 20 minutes later it's nobody's calling me, and then an hour later it's oh, I'm back on top of the world, I see the sun, and things are going so good. With all those emotions, I vote Puddin.
So the theater is where most actors go these days to really show that they're good at acting. Most movies are shot in front of a green screen, or they have a wide use of special effects. And everyone likes to see things blow up, but actors might get a little tired of that. Wayne, what was the last theater performance you went to see?
Oh, okay. Sorry, it took me a while. I had to really think.
Yeah.
The last theater performance, I wouldn't say it was a theater performance. I don't want to talk about theater performance, but I do like musicals. I really do like them a lot. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just, I think it's just kind of neat how actors could get up there and then sing and dance and then act all in one little arena. But the last performance I went to was my nephew's Thanksgiving performance. Oh man, this is terrible. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just a bunch of little kids. Okay. So he's only about 5 or 6, or 7. 4, 5, 6, or 7. One of those. And he's like either in kindergarten or first grade right now. So he's like in that age range. So they had this Thanksgiving performance. It wasn't this year, it was last year. And a lot of the songs had to deal, I couldn't believe they were actually singing some of these songs, but a lot of them were talking about like Indians and the Pilgrims. And so one of the songs, and again, this is at school, so if I do this, please don't judge me. I'm just acting out what they were doing. I'm not trying to be sardonic, but this is one of the songs. It sounded something like, I don't know the words, okay, but then I don't know the words either, but I'll just let you know one of the song, I guess, well, what's when a song has like, not the bridge, but the chorus. It was, hi-ya-ya-ya, hi-ya-ya-ya, and I was like, whoa, isn't that like illegal, like, in the, like, you're not supposed to, it's not illegal, but you're not supposed to be doing that, like, even in games, like a football game or something, and so I was just kind of taken aback that a school, elementary school, was still kind of promoting this, but that was my last performance there.
They still do that in football stadiums, by the way.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah. Aside from the theater, a lot of actors have now gone to television to get away from the movie business, which is slowly dying out somehow. Aaron, what is your favorite television performance of the last year?
Hands down, my favorite television performance. Would this include movies as well?
Oh, yeah.
No, television.
You don't watch movies on TV?
No.
Is it made for TV?
Okay. It will be on TV soon. My favorite character has to be none other than Nat Turner in Birth of a Nation. Absolutely. This man was such a powerful, powerful man. I think that Nate Parker actually captured him very well. I know the story is rather sardonic, and there were quite a few sardonic themes within the movie that weren't exactly associated with the real story, but they made light of it a little bit by really telling the themes, the underlying themes that were there. Especially because this brother was bold. He's unapologetic. I'm that way. That's that. And he was coming biblically. That's typically the crux of me feeling emboldened or unapologetic. Typically. That's how it happens with me. And I think that it's a film that everyone should see, especially as we redefine what it means to be an American. I think we should do that because that is American history. Highlighting the last table topic speech. That's also American history. Just like some great American stories. And as we reevaluate this and study this and look at this, we gotta include the whole thing so we do not give sardonic remarks or raise people and are marginalized or with marginalized perspectives. That makes sense? All right.
In its base form, acting is broken down into two categories, drama and comedy. Martin, what is your favorite drama and comedy and why?
Comedies are tough because I think there's a lot of really good ones. One of my favorites over the last few years has probably been Forgetting Sarah Marshall. But I've also really fallen in love with Bridesmaids for whatever reason. When I first heard about the movie, I think when it came out, I was very sardonic thinking about it because it just seemed like one of those tailored to women chick flicks that most guys would just roll their eyes on. But then probably 2 or 3 years after it came out, I actually had a chance to see it with some friends, and I found myself busting out laughing pretty much the entire movie. So I am probably, that's what I would recommend as my favorite comedy of all time. Dramas, oh man. In terms of movies, there's just so many good ones, and I think probably the ones that I enjoy are different than the ones that usually get nominated, because I'm less, I guess, interested in the ones where there's just people crying all the time, and that's your like form of drama. I like the drama where there's just a lot of tension. So movies like Body of Lies, if you've ever seen that, with Leonardo DiCaprio, which deals with CIA undercover agents in parts of the Middle East. Movies like Kingdom of Heaven, actually with Orlando Bloom, which actually deals with the Crusades back in the 1400s or the 1300s, I think, is, I think, one of my favorite movies. I can watch it almost any time. Shawshank Redemption, another movie where you don't really see people crying and weeping, but there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of anger, there's a lot of emotion in there, and I think those are the movies that I appreciate the most, the ones that I can, if I see them on TV, I'm more than likely to just keep watching them even if it's the middle of the movie. So those are my picks. Those are all the questions I have for Table Topics.